Okay, so stretch and strength. We're going to work the body in that equal measure, hopefully. Standing with the feet hip distance apart to start with, so you're just checking in with your posture. And then from here, just start to rock your feet back and forth. Okay. And then just start to swing the arms. And we're just going to warm the body up gradually. Okay. So a bit of mobility. And a little bit of raising the pulse. So in breath up and exhale down as you come up onto your toes on the in-breath. Swing those arms up on the in-breath. And then send the hips back, bend the knees. Make sure your knees are above your feet. In-breath, reach up. And exhale down. Lift the chest to come up. Reach the arms up, big stretch up. So you're getting that bit of balance at the top. And on the next one, we're going to try and hold it. So we'll hold it up there. See if we can reach it up. And then come down and take a big sweep around one way. And then come back the other way. In breath at the top. Exhale to sweep round. So articulating the spine here. Breath in at the top. Breath out to sweep around. Soften the knees. Take it into a range that's working for you. See how that feels. Keep those core muscles active to protect your back as you bend and twist and stretch. So deep abdominals, pelvic floor muscles, thighs are on. And last one. And then bring those hands down and just take the shoulders back and around. Loosen those off. Get this thing going. And then take the hands on top of your shoulders and circle around. And breathe. So nice deep breath, starting to get that body woken up. Okay. Bring those elbows in, up, back and round. And then stretch those arms out. Have your thumbs up. Okay. And then exhale, bring the hands forwards and inhale, draw the hands back. Keep the neck long. Try not to change that position of your spine. So not arching up and not flaring up through the ribs. Breathing in and out to come forwards again. So just open that chest up. Breathe. And then one more. And then relax the hands down by your sides. Okay, stand with your feet hip distance apart or a little bit wider. And then just take your chin to your chest and just start to roll down from your neck, from your shoulders, from your upper back, from your middle spine, scooping your belly in. Try not to let your hips stick out. Rolling all the way down to where it feels like you're getting that stretch into the back of the body. Just shift the weight around, moving around a little bit, start bending the knees a little bit. Okay, bend one knee, then the other, bend one knee, then the other. And then your hands can either be on your feet, on the floor, on your legs, thighs, wherever feels good. And we'll take the right leg, bend that knee, and take the left hand up. And open up. So you get that first bit of rotation. And then change and reach up. And breathe. And then come back, bend the knees more, send the hands to the thighs, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, scoop the belly around the back. So into a standing cat, in breath, arch first. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly around the back and open up through the shoulders and finish with the head. In breath again. And exhale. And one more, in breath. And exhale, roll it up. Breathe. Okay, come back up to standing and then let's just step your right leg back. Both legs straight but not locked out. a little bit of width in them, line running down between the feet. Sweep the arms up, inhale, open up a little bit, and then exhale, come down. You can soften that front knee if you want, and then inhale, come up. So maybe softening it a little bit as you come down, but see how that feels for you. In breath up, exhale down. In breath up, and exhale down. So just working your way through your spine here and into the back of the legs. In breath up, exhale down. And one more. And just take the hands onto your hips now and take the back heel up, okay? Now from here, that same leg, I'm going to show you another leg, all right? Is you're going to drop, see about dropping your back knee down to lunge, dropping it down, pushing back up, dropping it down, pushing it back up. Take the arms out to the side, make some fists, so we've got a little bit of tension there. Keep the neck long, shoulders down the back. If you don't let the hands out, hands on hips. Okay, breathe. Only go as deep with that as feels good for you. I'm going to be watching that that front knee's not pushing over your toe. Only go down as far as feels okay for you. Body stays upright, chest stays lifted. Breathe. One more of those. And then just step up towards the front of the mat, or wherever, with the feet hip distance apart. Take the chin through to the chest. Take a roll down again. And see if we can just get a little bit deeper into that forward bend, shifting the weight a little bit. Breathing, scooping the belly in, shifting the weight, side to side, forwards, back, and then roll it back up. And breathe. Okay, so stepping your other leg back, yeah? So from here, once again, lift the arms up, inhale. And exhale, sweep down, and sweep up. In breath lift. Exhale down. In breath lift. And exhale down. Again, the legs are not locked. In fact, as you come down, you might want to soften the knee a little bit. You've got that line running down between the feet. You're breathing in as you lift up, and you're breathing out as you sweep down. And you're feeling that stretch into the hamstrings on that leg that's forwards. And you're also probably feeling that into your back. In breath lift. And last one. And then from here, we're going to get the back heel up. Okay? So from here, we're going to take it into that lunge. So we can either keep the hands on the hips or we can press those arms out, make some fists, drop the knee and push up. Chest is lifted. Find a point to focus on. Breathe. Push the floor away with your standing leg and with your back foot as well. If you don't like the arms out to the side, they could go to the hips, or you could sweep them up and bring them down as you take it into your lunge. Chest stays lifted, belly's drawn in. One more of those. And release. Step the feet out a little wider now into a bit of a wide leg squat. Okay, squat down and push up. Thighs are on. Breathe. We could also try and raise up onto the toes as you come up. Try and go as deep as you can into your squat. So really working into the hips. Chest stays lifted. Belly drawn in. And then we're also trying to rise up onto those toes, working into the calves. Your hands can be out, or they could be on the thighs. Belly drawn in, chest lifted. And one more. And then come back to standing feet hip distance apart. And breathe. Okay. So, nod your chin through to your chest and roll down. Soften the knees, place the hands down. Step one foot back. Breathe. Step the other foot back and come to down dog. So, we're going to do a little bit loading into the shoulders now. So, anytime you need to, you come down to a child's posture or you come down to all fours. So just breathe, draw the belly in, pedal the heels up and down in your down dog. Shift the weight to high plank. So drop your knees where you need on this. Pull the belly in. Send your right foot out to the side. Take your left hand up and open up. And see how much range you can get. We can really open up there. We can even spin around a little bit and reach round. Come back and switch legs. Remember, one knee down if you need. And lift up. Try to get as much range as you can there. And we can either go down dog or child's posture. Take some breath, pull the belly and lift the hips high in your down dog and breathe. So from here, you're going to step your foot to the outside of this right hand. So find that position. Okay, and then you're going to feel that deeper stretch now into those hamstring attachments there to the pelvis. If we can from here, let's walk the hands forwards. Okay. Remember to drop your back knee where you need. Also try to drop your elbows down. Breathe. It's a deep lizard type stretch. Come back and either into down dog or child's posture. Draw the belly in. We're stepping the left foot forwards now. Wide of the left hand if we can. Okay. Drop the back knee where you need. Walk your hands forwards if you can. Drop the elbows down if you can. Into that lizard stretch. Send the back foot away. Knee down where you need. Breathe. Coming back. Hips high into down dog or down to child's posture. Breathe. And then come down to your knees if you're not there already and stretch it back. And then when you're down in your child's posture with your hips away from your fingertips, you're going to walk your hands round to the right and take a stretch down through the left side of your spine. And then you're going to walk round to the other side. Left side feeling stretched down the right side of your spine. Breathing all the way. We're going to come up and we're going to take the hands maybe wider than the mat. So what we're going to do here, we're going to set up to do one wide arm press up, okay? So either on the knees or off the knees. And once we've completed that, then we'll come to bring the thumbs together if you can, and then you'll do a narrow press up, okay? So turn the head well forward to the hands, keep the knees dropped where you need, or take the knees off the floor. Do a nice wide press up. Switch to a narrow press up, okay? So knees can be down, or knees can be off, or a combination of the two. Remember your head's well over your hands. With the narrow press up, we're getting much more work isolating the triceps. And with the wide arm press up, more into the chest. Abs stay nice and strong. Challenge yourself if your legs are up. off the floor, your knees are off, then thighs are strong. Breathe all the way, in-breath down, exhale, press. Obviously knees down, where it feels better. Don't go too low. Try and get one more out of each. And then rest it back into child's posture. And take some breath. And when you're ready, rise up onto a high kneeling position. Stepping your right foot out. Nice and long. Make sure your back knee is comfortable. So there's something under the back knee where you need. Left hand down. Right hand inside of right knee. And then push against that leg. And roll the foot out. And just open up the hips there. And breathe. And then from here, bring the foot back and sweep the hand behind. Follow the hand if you can. And if you want an extra challenge, you could kick your back foot up. And then you get hold of that foot. And then you try and push maybe into the hand, the leg, and open up. Or maybe pull the foot in towards your hips. So we release from there and we straighten out through your front leg. So we stretch down now, pushing the heel away and the toes are up on that straight leg, hands on the leg or on the floor. And draw your chest down and breathe. From here, we're going to step that foot across. So we're going to do a pigeon posture stretch. So you step your right foot across to the left side of your mat. Support your weight with your hands. Drop your knee down and reach your left leg away. If you really don't like this, if your knees aren't liking it, then you could lie on your back and do a figure of four stretch. So back foot's going to be ball of the foot or top of the foot. And if you want to and you want more, you can stretch forward. Okay, sink the hips down and breathe. And then release. So we're going to come back and we're going to come up to downward facing dog, if we can. So your choice here is to stay in downward dog or come to all fours. Yeah. And then what we'll be doing is lifting one leg and then tucking in. So we're going to tuck to the center, and then we're going to tuck to the side, and then tuck to the other side, and then come back, draw the belly, lift the hips high, we take the left leg up, we tuck to the center, we tuck to one outside left elbow, we tuck to the right elbow, come back down dog, take a breather where you need. You can be doing this on the floor, if not, you're going for another set, so we could be doing it like this on the knees. Yeah. Otherwise, we're up in your down dog and you keep switching legs. You're breathing out as you tuck. You're breathing in as you reach. Draw the belly in. And last one. We're trying to obviously make sure that you've done the same amount on both sides. Don't want to be coming away lopsided. And then take the knees wider and stretch it back into child's posture. Send the hips back. And breathe. Okay, come up to a high kneeling position again, making sure the knees are comfortable. Stepping your left foot forwards now. Send the right knee away and sink down. Place the right hand down opposite the left foot and then press against the inside of that left leg and breathe. So let the foot roll. Just open up the hips a bit there. And then bring the foot back down and then sweep the left hand behind. And then stay with that one for a few breaths or kick your back foot up, reach for the foot. Maybe push the foot into the hand if you're there, or pull the heel towards you. Okay, so whichever of those three is working. And then releasing. And then we're going to straighten out through the front leg now. So send the weight back, toes up, heels away, hands down the leg or to the floor. Draw your chest down and breathe. Always focusing on that breath. Okay, trying to get yourself deeper into these stretches, or whether we're doing some more muscular endurance work, letting that breath guide you. So let your foot now go to the right side of your mat if you're going to do pigeon, and drop the knee down, send the back foot away, ball of the foot, top of the foot, whichever works for you, or lie on your back and do a figure of four stretch. Folding down and forwards if that feels good, and breathe. And then once again, take the hands back and push up to your downward facing dog and breathe. Now, down dog, we're going to shift the weight forwards to high plank. We're going to try and hold that position. If you don't like that, come down to your knees. Okay, and then we're going to stir one knee round. Abs are strong. So the hips should be feeling quite loose now, but we want the body to be tight and stable. Changing direction. Can we go back to down dog or take a rest into child's posture? So every time we work into down dog, we're getting more range into the back of the body, into the shoulders, and then this becomes more of a restful position. Keep the belly strong. Come back to high plank, then the knees down where you need, and then stirring this left knee round. Keeping the body still. Breathe. Long in your neck, strong in your center, change direction. Try not to let the hips move, just working that knee around. And either push back down dog or come to child's posture. Breathe. And then coming down to knees if you're not already there. Stretch your back, child's posture. Take some breath. Drop down onto your forearms now, okay? And then send the feet back and come to a low plank position. Okay, send the heels away. You can drop the knees or drop one knee certainly. And then just lift one foot and then just not very high. Reach the toes away. And then just lift that leg up and down. Hold in that position. Remember to have a knee down where you need. We're going to switch. Send the weight back, pull the belly in, stretch the toes away. Breathe. So can you hold it or do you need a breather? From here, we're going to take a little twist to one side. So knees down where you need, or certainly the knee down on the side that you're twisting towards. We're going to hold. Try to, even though we're going down one side, we're still trying to keep the belly strong. And we're twisting the other side. So working into those obliques. Breathing. Come back center. Can you hold it? Can you saw your body back and forth? Keep the body the same height, the hips the same height. Arms pulled in. 3, 2, and 1. And stretch it back. Take some breath. From here, we're going to come down onto your front. Okay, and we're going to stretch those arms out wide. Okay, the palms facing one another. We're going to stretch the toes away and pull the abdominals in and keep the thighs on. Then we're going to see if we can lift all those limbs up and hold. And then come back down. So, if you're not liking it with the arms wide, then obviously narrower, or you could do alternate limbs, yeah? Or you could just do your legs. So we lift, and we try and hold, breathe, or you could just do arms. Find what's working for you. Come back down. Challenge yourself. Breathe. So everything's switched on. Deep abdominals, pelvic floor, thighs, long in the neck. Don't strain the neck. We're lifting, we're stretching, we're breathing. So working into those back extensors coming down. So we're just trying to hold for a moment. Get some breath. And try again. Lift. Stretch the toes, stretch the arms, get some range. Lift those arms up. Breathe. Breathe into your ribs. And then coming down. We're going to try 2 more. So we lift. So really everything switched on. Glutes are on, thighs are on, abs are on. Come back down. Keep breathing. And last one. And lift. Let's see if we can just hold this for a few seconds. Or 3. And 2. 1. And bring the hands down. And then just let your heels roll out a little bit and breathe. Okay, let's kick the right heel up. Reach for your foot. So roll onto your side if this feels too much. Do not on your front. Pull the heel up. Send the hips into the floor. Knees together and breathe. Switch legs. So stretching that front thigh and hip flexors, knees together where you can. Remember to roll onto your side. This feels too much in this position. And then if you're able to, you can try both legs or you do one at a time. Okay. So from here, we're going to lift the chest. We're going to work the hands further down, the legs maybe. And we're going to try and press those legs or feet into your hands, lifting your chest, pulling your abdominals in, open up. And maybe you can start to rock back and forth a bit if that's working for you. Squeeze the shoulders, press, breathe, lift, all of that. And then release. And then push back into your child's posture. And just take some breath. And then come onto your side. Take your elbow to the floor, one knee bending, okay, and one leg long. Elbow underneath the shoulder, lift the hips and lift the arm up and lift the leg up. Okay. Now, if you want more challenge here, we could do it with the arm, so the hand rather than the elbow, or you could come up fully and lift. All right, so you've got all those options. It's just incredible, yeah? So keep your waist lifted and breathe. And then from here, we're going to hold that position up if we can. And then we're going to reach out, everything on, and then tuck, exhale. Inhale away, exhale, tuck. Keep that lower waist lifted. Three, 2, 1. Drop down and then come up to sitting. Okay. So we're going to take the wide leg stretch now. As wide as you can. Okay, remember to place something underneath the hips if you find yourself sort of rolling back there. And breathe. Okay, so we're going to stretch the arms out. Pull the belly in. Drop the shoulders down the back. Take a twist on the in-breath and on the out-breath, reach. In-breath, twist. Exhale, reach. So this is the seated saw. Reaching that back hand away. And we're rotating through the shoulder there. And maybe looking towards that hand. As we reach towards the opposite leg. So we twist on the in-breath. And we exhale to reach. One more of those. And then release. And just place your hands down on your legs. And then just draw your chest down. And breathe. So just drawing the chest down, working the hands down as low down your legs or your feet as you can. Pulling the chest forwards and down, pulling the belly in. Feeling that stretch in the thighs, keep the thighs on, push the heels away, toes towards. And then bring the feet back together and give them a shake. And then come down onto your other side. Okay, so elbow on the floor underneath the shoulder, bottom leg bending, okay, the hips lifting, okay, arm goes up and we lift the waist and we lift the top leg. So we breathe out to lift, in to come back. We want more, come to the hands, get a little bit more lift, a bit more loading in the shoulder, or stack and lift. So we've got all those options going on, yeah? Find the one that you can do that's challenging you, but you're doing with control. Good form. Keep the lower waist lifted, the belly drawn in. And then we're going to try and hold the leg and load the arm up. If you need a rest, do that. Reach the arm up and over the ear, and then tuck. In, breath away, tuck. In, breath away, tuck. Keep that lower waist lifted, belly drawn in. Three, two, one, and release. And then come down and just sit down, okay? So just take some breath here. Take your hands behind with your fingers facing forwards, okay? And then lift your hips up. And then from here, we're gonna lift the leg, okay? And then we're going to bend the elbows and drop into a dip. So we lift the leg, dip. Lift the leg, dip. If it's too much lifting the leg, keep the legs on the floor and dip. Yeah. So a bit of a tricep dip here. Breathe. So I'm kicking my leg out, dipping down. Kicking the leg out, dipping down. Make sure you're staying with your breath. Keep that good form. 3, 2, 1, and release. And straighten your legs out. Hip distance apart. Push your heels away, sit tall. Pull the belly and draw the toes towards. Reach the arms out. Tuck the chin, roll down. And take your hands to your legs or your feet. Pull your belly in, send your tailbone away and stretch it out. Breathe. Okay, so we're going to come back to that position with the hands. Okay, and then once again, we're going to bring the heels in and we're going to lift the hips. This time we're going to hold that position, tabletop, okay? And then if you can go more than that, you're going to step one leg forwards, okay? And if you think you can do more than that, both feet forwards and lift. So pull the belly in and breathe. Lift the hips. So wherever you're at, tabletop or plank, reverse plank. If you're in reverse plank, you're stretching those toes. If you're in tabletop, really focus on lifting the hips. And then lower down. Stretch those legs out again. Feet hip distance, toes towards, heels away. Reach chin to chest, roll down, stretch through your spine. Pull your belly in and breathe. Okay. Come back to the floor and lie down and breathe. The moment you've all been waiting for. So take nice deep breaths, deep and wide into your ribs. Feet hip distance apart. Place the hands lightly on the floor and take your right leg to a knee fold. So your knee is above your hip. Take your left leg to a knee fold, knees above the hip, shins parallel with the floor, belly drawn in. So try not to arch up through your spine or flare up through your ribs. Draw your abs in. Place your hands, pressing them against your thighs, and your thighs pressing into your hands. So feel that equal and opposite contraction, holding that position. Breathe. We're going to send the opposite limbs away, trying to keep the body as still as we can. Right arm, left leg, reach, everything else stays still, come back, inhale. Left arm, right leg. Chin is tucked, belly's drawn in. You're not flaring up through the ribs. You're not arching up through the spine. You're trying to maintain that absolute stillness in the body. And when you bring your knees back, they're just coming back level with your hips. So don't draw them back any further. Reset every time. Slow and controlled is best. Breathe out to reach, in to come back. Arms pulled in. Your head can be up or down, so up to you. You can either look towards the feet or you can keep the head back. Three, two, one. Place your feet on the floor together and just let the knees go out either side. Just feel that stretch and open up into the hips. And release and breathe. Come back with those feet and hug your knees into your chest. So from here, we're going to stretch the legs up. Okay, we're going to try and keep them as straight as we can. And we're going to try tracking the hands up the legs as far as we can. And then we're going to come back and take the hands behind the head and take one leg down, either straight or bend the leg. Come back up. And then reach on the out breath. Hands come back behind the head. Drop a leg down. So remember, the legs don't have to stay straight. You can bend the legs. Arms stay pulled in. We reach up. And then we drop a leg. We can reach up. We can drop both legs. When I say drop, I don't mean to drop without controlling the movement, yeah? So it's an in breath to lower and an out breath to reach. In breath to lower and out breath to reach. And those knees where you need for sure toe taps. And obviously reaching up. Toe taps, reaching up. So whatever you want. 3, 2, 1. And then release down. And circle the knees out and round. Breathe. And change direction. Stretch your left leg long and draw your right leg into your chest. Now, if this is not comfortable on your back or legs, then you can bend that left leg. So we try straightening up through the right leg, okay? And we try reaching up and pulling in for a hamstring stretch. And then from here, drop the head down and then just take the leg out to the right. Take your arm out to the left and look to the left. How far can you stretch this right leg away without rolling over to your right side? So keep the energy going to the left, keep the left leg strong and firm. Come back with your right leg, switch your hands and draw that right leg over. And as you draw over to your left, wrap your left thigh in towards your midline and then look to your right hand. Pull your belly in. So that right leg that's going over can either stay straight or you can bend the knee. Different stretches there. And then release. Come back center and draw the left knee into the chest now with the right leg long. And then try straightening up through your left leg and walking the hands up and pulling your head in for a hamstring stretch. And breathe. And then from there, we're going to take the left leg out to the side and look to the right hand. So the left leg goes as far as you can, obviously not obstructed, hopefully, by a wall radiator like myself, but yeah, just where you can. Breathe. Come back to the center. Take this left leg over to the right side now. And take your left hand out. Wrap your right thigh into the center line. Okay, try not to let yourself roll over to the right. Keep the energy going into that left side. And breathe. And return to the center. And hug your knees into your chest. circling around once again and changing direction. And breathe. And then just bring yourself up to a sitting position. Okay. So we had a little go at this. We've had a little go at this week, I think, with some classes. We might have done this last week, I'm not sure. So a little bit of balance, a little bit of strength, core, all right, and obviously stretch in there as well, flexibility. So right leg, let's get that foot up and take your left hand the outside of this right foot. So staying there or trying to extend the legs. So wherever you can take that, yeah? And lean back a wee bit and see if you can sweep your right hand behind. Okay, now in that position, that might be enough. Or you could try lifting your left leg off the floor. Keep looking and twisting to the right. Breathing. Got the balance, got your core strength, got your flexibility. Maybe it's just a little bit of a fun challenge, you know. So release. Let's try the other side. So you take your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Keep it like that, pushing into the hand, or you straighten the leg, you twist and reach with your left. You see what your rotation's like there. And then maybe we can see about lifting this right leg off the floor. Breathing. And release. Just take both hands underneath those thighs. Sit tall, pull the belly in. Try to be on your sit bones. And then lift up and off the floor, okay? Now you can hold it there, or you can release the hands. And you can hold it there, or you can extend the legs. We're just gonna hold that for 5. Keep strong, 4, 3, 2, 1. And once again, just stretch the legs out. Take it into a spine stretch, hands down, legs or feet. And breathe. Okay, we're going to roll round. And from here, we're going to just stretch the arms forwards, okay? And we're going to take the right hand and we're going to thread it through, dropping the head. All right, so thread the right arm through, palm facing up. And then switch. Left hand through, right arm forwards. Child's posture, head on the floor this time. Sweep the hands behind and interlace your fingers and try stretching your chest and your shoulders. If you don't like that, you can come up to kneeling to do it. And then release. Take the hands forwards, tuck the toes, lift the hips, come to down dog, pulling the belly in. Push the floor away and lengthen through the back of your body, opening up those shoulders. Send them away from your ears. Walking your hands to your feet. Stay down if you can. You can soften the knees where you need. Pull your belly in, tuck your head. Breathe. And then slowly, head's going to be the last thing. Track your hands up your legs. And then come back to where you began. Feet hip distance apart. We'll take one arm up. Take a little side bend. Don't hold the breath. Reach up on the in breath and then over. And release. Hands on the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another. Turn the head to one side. And to the other. And then just bring the chin through to the chest, roll round, and then roll round. And then release. And shake it out. And there you have it.